Hello everybody, and welcome back to Terraria. Well, this is kind of an unusual video, but I just felt like, maybe I'm talking a bit too close to the mic, sorry. But I just felt like I wanted to do this, because well, okay, it's a while ago now, but a while ago, I finished my my fish-only playthrough of the Terraria Calamity Mod. And so, and this playthrough was very different for me because I wanted to, basically I wanted to build a little bit, because normally when I play, I run through the game in about, or Calamity in about 40 hours or so, and I wanted to, this time I wanted to stop, slow down, and just build, and not use, you know, the standard quality of life things that I have available for me all the time, so... yeah, I decided to do that this time, which was, and then because I built, I mean, you can already see a little bit of it up here, but yeah, deciding to do that was, I was really proud of what I managed to do, so I just wanted to show that off, and yeah, that's why this video is and why I'm making a world tour, of this place. Now, quick thing, I keep in mind, I did like properly play the game. This is my final build, if you're wondering. And I did do boss rush and all that, you know, because I'm a completionist. But just keep in mind, this, for example, that I'm standing on right here, the world spawn point, this was made on day one. So this was created along with this hole, which had been excavated with a drill containment unit, were created on like the first day, right, of the world. I use cheat sheets and grab the blocks and paint and building things that I want, because I play the game for the gameplay, and when it comes to building, I use whatever I want to use, because I say so. So if you see if you think that like, oh, sorry, so it was never that I went back and updated things, or that I used late game, or that I built this late game. I built them all throughout progression, with whatever I decided to do. I just wanted to get that out of the way first. I don't know really why, but I just felt like I had to say that. And then another thing is also, I'm not a builder, so a lot of, if an actual Terraria builder would see this, they'd probably cringe at a lot of the things that I've done. And I most likely have done a lot of rookie mistakes, but who cares? I'm proud of my work, so let me enjoy that, right? Well then, so yeah, I'm not gonna open the map for now, so here we are at the spawn, and you can see the first building over there. I shouldn't have shot halibut cannon, probably. I'll do that just in case. So yeah, I'll just walk over here. This right here is a big tree. This is not my main build. My main build is over at the right ocean, which is the proper ocean. But this build is, oh, I kind of wish I had a zoom out mod, but this is supposed to be Crazy Dave's house from Garden Warfare 2, because I really liked that game and I tried to recreate it in a build format, so this is it. Yeah, that's about it. I had a lot of this by placing walls behind objects here to make it look a little bit more fluffy, if you know what I mean, but it worked out alright, I'd say. But this roof design, I'm really proud of this. I think I got this specific fence piece from a reference piece somewhere. I forgot what I looked at, but I'm pretty sure I searched for suburban house, or Terraria suburban house build or something like that. And then we got the pit for the goblin up there, of course. There's an echo torch in the corner there, echo coated torch in the corner there, because he does not have light. He doesn't deserve it. So yeah, that's fun. Now, let's move on to the next build, which will be my, actually I'll do this. Whoops, there you go. Oh, go to the ocean. Boom. trying to use the map as little as possible, because this was the actual first build that I did on this playthrough. My base. Yeah, as you can see, magic storage setup and all that. But this shipwreck base, which is what I wanted to, was the reason why I wanted to make this video and show off my world, because I really like how this came together. It looks really nice with all the lighting and the different types of woods that I used. Like, it's a combination of Calamity tiles and vanilla tiles, and it really comes together quite nicely, in my opinion. And I'm especially proud of this, like, kind of ladder or staircase, because I used bone platforms here at the end and when they aren't attached to blocks, which gives them this curved look, which with the thick bamboo that I used on the side looks really nice. I like that. So that's cool. Although this ship design and, sorry, especially this on the front, is very heavily inspired by a specific person's ship build that they did. I think they're like the top result if you Google Terraria ships, or like Terraria ship builds or something like that. But they did a really good job, and I don't remember their name right now. I should probably look that up, but I want to record this, so yeah. I mean, they're not hard to find, and this specific thing right here, it's not difficult to know which one it is either. But I altered some beats of the design there also. And then the Leviathan monolith works really well as an anchor. Well, like, duh, but I really like that. And then a lot of these decorations in here are just things I found throughout the world or got from doing fishing quests, because I did that in this playthrough. But then my most proudest achievement, having this thing from the Rubble Maker, using this tile, whatever it is, to try and look like a broken down steering wheel, or look like the stand that it sits on or something, like, you know, captain would be standing here and, you know, steering the ship. Like, that's what I tried to do, and I think it looks really well. Now, I'm gonna open the map for the world. You're gonna see some arenas, but keep in mind, I literally only built, I only built 2 arenas, like, properly built and decorated them, and that's the Yaron and Escal arena, because I can't be bothered to do general arenas. Oh geez, I wonder which is the Yaron arena, huh? So, yeah, this is the world, or well, the distribution of pylons, I should say. Right here, and then smile. This area right here and this area right here, and by that I mean these, like, lines that go across everything, was when I like, because I got bored at some point, so I just started doing this and just dragging myself through and discovering these portions, because I had only done about this portion right here. No, yeah, this portion right here, and then I had randomly teleported into here, I think. So, yeah. So I wondered if this glowing mushroom biome reached all the way around there. So glowing moss biome reached all the way around there, so I was just looking that up and seeing if that was the case. So I went to find a good spot for my mushroom base. Speaking of which, might as well go there next. This is my mushroom house. I know, like I ran out of ideas, unfortunately, like this late. I'm just gonna get rid of that. There you go. Unfortunately, I did run out of ideas at this stage. This was one of the last houses that I built, and I think this is literally the last house that I built, and I wanted to have something around this painting because it's called, yeah, Moon Man and Company. The funny part about that is that I say Moon Man, I call Moon Lord Moon Man, I just do, and when I looked at the Terraria wiki and saw that, oh, there's a painting called Moon Man and Company, and I was surprised that there's an official piece of Terraria, like, I don't know what to say, but official Terraria stuff that is that is called, where they refer to Moonlord as Moonman. Oh my god, I'm so bad. Yeah, so that was really funny to to see that. Yeah, this isn't as inspired. I just built it. Might as well go to the next most recent build, which is the cavern. Yep, this is it. Well, I built this base to have an easy access point to the dungeon if I wanted to go in there, because you know, it's straight over there. Just so I built this themed around that, and it looks fairly well. By the way, all of these, like the outline and all that on this, which is very uneven and not centered whatsoever or symmetrical in any way, it was built with me just literally spamming out and just drawing with my mouse, doing that, and to get like unnatural or natural shapes, which worked out pretty well. I mean, it looks good in my opinion, even though it's not symmetrical. So, but it still looks nice. So I like it, even though it's very simple and very like not good. I still like it quite a bit. Now, from that to a build that I really enjoyed making, which is my Sulfur Sea base. And I just now remembered that, yeah, I did do that. I did forget to remove this, huh? Yikes. Do I have a hammer on me? I do. Okay. Okay, that is a bit problematic. Right. I should have probably seen this coming. Basically, well, okay, I can show this. Where was it? Yeah, so when I dug out this area to prepare for Adult Eidolon Worm, which I fought a couple times before realizing that it would be near impossible for me to do so. It obviously, like, up here was a big layer where, a big layer where it just, actually I'm just gonna turn off spawns and events. Thank you. So there was a big area here where the water would just disappear, and I didn't want that, so I let the abyss drain, which unfortunately, yeah, did this to my Sulfur Sea. So what I did was that I put some walls up here to get the water level back. The water level was about here normally, so I did mess up by allowing this to happen. Whoops. So I'll just kind of remove this right now. Also, yeah, this was placed here with cheat sheet because obviously. Otherwise I don't think I could have placed that there. I need to do that actually. There, and there. Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, this is the water level isn't supposed to be this high, but that's whatever. But right, the base, it's this. I built a Subnautica themed base. Well, what I wanted to do, and I think it looks really good. Well then, this is annoying. Give me a second. There you go. Perfect. That ought to be it. But yeah, so this is my Subnautica themed base. I wanted to make it look like those video games, and because my brother is a big Subnautica fan, and I mean, I was like, oh, I wanted to make an underwater Sulfur Sea base, and what better to do that than a type of research facility looking building? And then the Subnautica theme works really well with that, in my opinion. So I made this. It's mostly made out of silly balloon. And laboratory stuff from Calamity. So, but I think it came together pretty nice. Like, I got the detail of the coloring and on most of it pretty much right, or spot on in my opinion. And yeah, looks quite nice. I'm especially proud of this, which is supposed to be the moon pool piece, if you know what that is. or yeah, building piece. And because of this is a void chandelier, or whatever, however you pronounce that. I'm not gonna grab it because it's painted white. But yeah, it's that with stratus platforms, a chlorophyte brick, and scoria bricks, which, oh my god, this looks so good. It looks so cool. Like, what the heck? Yeah, so I really like this. It came together really nicely in my opinion, and yeah, good. Miso likey. Oh wait, hold on. Right, this doesn't get naturally filled. Whatever. Who cares? Not me right now, because I'm whatever. Right, the next base. Might as well go over to the astral infection. I'm close by. I'm never gonna fix that, so it's gonna be forever like that. Oh right, actually I just want to tell a funny story. This was my initial Brain of Cthulhu arena for this playthrough. It was too small though. I just thought it was so funny because like half of it just gets cut off by the under, what do you say, like underneath the sulfurous sea. Yeah, and then so I just thought that was really hysterical, so I tried fighting him here initially, but that didn't go so well, so I moved my arena over to this and dug this out with the Reaver Shark. And yeah, that's that. Oh right, I'm supposed to go to the astral infection. So yeah, alright, this was my first arena ever. King Slime Arena. Yeah, nothing much to it. Well, here we have this. It's a nice building, I think. This was also the point where I was like running out of ideas, so I just took Astral Monolith and decided, hey, I want to do something with that, and saw it looked really square, so I put in some of my favorite blocks in the game, the alternative lunar bricks, and yeah, tried to make something unique with it. Looks pretty unique. I like it. It's quite nice. Yet again, here on the stair you can see, or the staircase, or ladder, whatever, you can see the bone platforms. Along with stratus platforms, yeah. But yeah, no, it looks pretty alright. Thank you. So yeah, I like it. It's not the best, but I like it, nonetheless. Speaking of something that's not really that good, but it's kind of alright, is the desert base. Show you this because this is also like crossing over into my general purpose arena with a teleporter. This is where Exomex, by the way. This is my signature Exomex arena, having one way where I can simply run left and nothing else, because running left dodges their triple phase completely. Dodges it just permanently. Or like, actually though, you cannot get hit with it if you're using these. But right, over to the desert. Now this was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to build a like exomech-like base, and I don't know, man. I really don't know. I'm using the Exo Monolith here, but I really don't know about this one. I really don't. Like, it's fine, I suppose, but it could definitely be better. Although, yeah. It's alright, though. Like I said, yeah, it's alright. I have a lot of, Alright, I should probably explain one thing, because you've probably seen it before. I'm using a mod called Roommates, which allows NPCs to move into the same room as others, which is why there are a couple of NPCs living in this room, because this counts as one room, because there are no because the platforms don't go straight down here. So all of these technically live over here where the table and chairs are, but they walk over here because there's a dresser next to it, which also counts as a table, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so they are here, and right, yeah, and I play that with no limits, so as many NPCs can live in the same room as they want to. This is not that. I have bubble blocks here that are echo-coded, so these counts as 2 separate rooms. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that if some of you were curious on why or how that was like that. Right. Can move over to the blizzard, or the blizzard, to the this arena now. No, arena. I mean this place. The tundra. Yes. This house I'm actually proud of. I really like how this came together. The house in particular. This was when I started placing bookcases in every single build. But because I wanted this to have a theme where, oh, there's these people are crazy about books. Like, they love books. And that was what I wanted to do, and so I did. Well, I mean, as much as I could. I'm gonna turn it to day. There you go. So you can see the light coming through the window. I know having like this thing inside of a building looks kind of weird, which, yeah, but hey, whatever. Looks alright, in my opinion. But yeah, I really like how this came together. I have like the small bits of half snow on this roof. I really like the roof shape, even though it's very unconventional and not standard at all. This is cobalt brick, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, cobalt brick, the blue one, painted black. So I really like that. And then I have this, which is brimstone brick or something, which I gotta say, looks like a pretty good foundation thing from it to me, right? Only problem is it doesn't really merge with anything, so I had to incorporate like walls behind here to make it look like it sits together with something else. Also, something that I really like, a really funny building technique that I used is right up here with Heresy that I placed down like in pre-hard mode, no, in early hard mode. This book being animated is animated in item frames, and like over here, I have an item frame here, but it's echo coded, so only the book or only the item appears, which is nice. I think it adds a little bit of life to this top floor. And also, yet again, these are like proper ladders, I should add. Like, they look amazing. I'm pretty sure this is solar platform or something like that. Vortex platforms, I think, actually. But I really love how this house turned out. This is probably one of my like top 5 builds on this world, I would say. I really like this. I really like how this came together. I really do. So yeah, I hope you guys like it too. I'm not gonna go here. Here I will go last, but I will swing by my Old Ones Army Arena because I want to show that off too, even though it's nothing special. Here it is. My Old Ones Army Arena. Yep, this is it. It's a platform of grass on clouds with the Old Ones Army cheese installed, because I use this on everything, on all of them, because only the flying enemies are irritating and I hate them, and this event sucks mostly. So yeah. I do that. The portals are mathed out, so they do appear above these, like centered to the center of this campfire right here. So yeah, they do appear on there, which is nice. And then this is kind of cool, I guess. Yet again, like with the skull, these cloud placements are natural, or placed by hand by me, just around here. So yeah, it's not like I tried to copy anything, I just placed them down. Which worked fairly well. Yeah. Where to go next though? Here, probably. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, so this is my base in the jungle. Yet again, I couldn't come up with anything to do, so I just made a honey-themed base. Could you please? Thank you. So yeah, this is it. Like, it's nothing much. It's just kind of a hive-looking building. Yeah. That's it. Right, I do have some of these, which are fishing boxes scattered across the world. These are from when, like, these are genuinely just from the start of the game. Normally I had a platform going all the way over the jungle because I used, what's it called, like, all the way over to here somewhere, a platform that just went that way, because I rushed to go here to fish up my first weapon. I'll get to this later because these are the weapons that I used throughout the entire playthrough, my weapon progression. I'll talk about that at the end actually, because that was kind of funny. And I also got lucky, got a big hive, which was nice. But yeah, so I removed this, but some of these fishing boxes were not removed. Right, next area. You've seen that. You've seen that, yes. You only have this, which I'm saving till last on that side. You know what? I'm actually gonna do something here, just quickly because you can see it. Yeah, I hoiked adult Eidolon worm. Sorry, primordial worm. I mean, I did this because I couldn't be bothered to actually fight him, so I just made a hoik. Beat him that way. Yeah. I did that after Exos though, which was a bit funny to think about, but yeah. No, yeah, this is just what I did. I wanted to just say that because I felt like I had to. Why don't I just do this? It's faster. There we go. So, I guess Sun can see next time. Boom. Oh. Thank you. So yeah, this is my Sunken Sea base. I wanted to make build something with, what's it called? With crystal blocks or Ethereum. And this was the best I could come up with. I had already removed all the sea prisms from within here, because that's always what I do when I defeat that Desert Scourge. I drill into the bottom of the giant one and just remove all the sea prisms. These then I have enough for pretty much the rest of the game. But yeah, this is it. It's just kind of a small, well, Crystal Palace is too big. A small crystal looking house with different types of crystal and other blocks mixed in. Yeah. Like, that's it. This is it. And he lives here with a pirate, because why not? Speaking of something that I like kind of made but didn't really know what to do, the Hallowed base. Very purple. Quite purple indeed. So yeah, originally I wanted to make like a base which was a yellow star, but then I thought to myself, hey, what if you didn't though? Because you know, I think this looks pretty nice at night, being purple instead of the yellow with the hallowed. And then also because I originally wanted to make this out of iron plating, or no, copper plating, right? Well, some plating, yeah, no, it's iron plating, but it didn't merge with gem spark blocks, so I had to scrap that idea because it did not look very good. Looked pretty terrible actually, so I had to fix that issue. Sorry, I just woke up a bit ago, so I'm still a smidge tired. But yeah, so this is what I came up with. There are a lot of echo torches around here, which is how it glows. And like, yeah, you know, lights up around the environment, or it lights up the environment around it. So yeah, I could probably even do this in like, yeah, right there, for example. There's someone like every corner or something like that. So yeah, no, this is the best I could come up with, and it's fine, I think. I still like it. It's not bad. All the purple NPCs live here. Well, the ones that I had left, because I'd already decided on some to live elsewhere. But yeah, that's that. Now, this is another one that I really liked how it turned out. This is my space build, aka my universal pylon build, and my favorite part about this is how it lights up. Look, it glows more when the pyromantle animation happens, which is really cool. Like, this is all black painted pyromantle and actuated pyromantle here in the side with rock walls and all that sort of stuff, because I wanted to have like someone like a laboratory studying a meteor. That's kind of what I wanted to go for. Yeah, which was what I did for the steampunker and the cyborg. Yeah. So I wanted to use this eutropic glass, whatever it's called, the Calamity glass. I'm really annoyed, by the way, that there is zero wall variant for this. There is only blocks. There are only blocks. Could like the Calamity team please add walls for this? Just use the same texture. Just make it a wall, please. Okay, well, I can't say it. I don't know if it's difficult or not to do, but it can't be that hard, right? Like, it's just a wall. Maybe it's because I just don't know how to do these things. Oh, right, yeah, and then down here we got some smoke machines, purple painted smoke machines with purple torches in here. Because I wanted to have, like, to look like there was some sort of, like, flame here. And this was the best I could come up with Martian bricks and lunar bricks. And stuff like that. Yeah, no, Martian and lunar bricks. And I have the exact same thing on the other side. I wonder what this room is used for. Oh, right, because I moved them over to... Yeah, I moved them over to the computer. But yeah, so this is what I had made. The flames are, yet again, organically placed by me, so they are not symmetrical in any way or whatever. They just are. Please, thank you. Yeah. And then we have some machinery down here to just look like it's, you know, moving. And that's that. So now we only have 2 buildings left. Actually, I said the Escal house last. Yeah, so I'll then go over to the Crag's base. Now, the reason why I didn't teleport there immediately is because there's a certain effect that it has, because this is a Splatoon-inspired build. I forget that you exist. Whatever, can't use it anyway. But yeah, so this is a Splatoon-inspired build. It's inspired from some Alterna levels. And I really like how it came together. It's really cool. Yeah. Also, yeah, this was where I fished for a certain weapon later on, or in early game. I don't know if that was... I don't remember if that was... No, I don't know. That was when I fought Brimstone, I think. Eye laser sounds like a Brimstone move. Well, anyway, I think we should be here. Yeah, here we are. The upside down looking city. Yep. This is it. This is what I tried to do. A build where there are skyscrapers hanging from the ceiling. It's a really beautiful aesthetic in Splatoon, and me trying to emulate it here worked alright, I suppose. I really like this though. It looks quite nice, especially with how the stalactites, I forget which one is the one that's hanging in English, but yeah, it looks quite cool in my opinion. Obviously all of these different Gemspark blocks are trying to be windows and whatnot for the builds. But yeah, no, and then a lot of crystal furniture. Or no, this is nebula furniture, but with crystal lamps and stuff. But yeah, so I really like how this turned out. It's quite cool, quite nice indeed. So there you go. So yeah, I'm proud of the space. I really didn't know how to do it in a really good way. This was the best I could come up with when it came to designing the buildings, but I tried to have billboards and different types of advertisement signs. I also took inspiration from the Cyber City Deltarune when on how I designed these things. But other than that, it's pretty standard. Also, yeah, this was the first building I made, followed by this one, followed by this one, followed by this one, if that wasn't apparent already. But yeah, no, so that's that. There's actually one more thing, because obviously I'm using an Aether monolith somewhere nearby. It's up here somewhere. I missed it. Oh, it's right here. Wait. There it is, yeah. It's in here. I don't know why I built a box for it, but I just did. So, with one more house to show off, one more build. Well, before we reach the last arenas, we've got this, which is, yeah, it's Escal's little house that I made for her after I beat the game. I just felt like I wanted to do that. And yeah, this is what I came up with. I moved her in with a princess because the princess didn't have a home. So that's it. Also, yeah, I use actuated bricks here I wanted to experiment a little bit with what I did, which is also why I used dungeon bricks for the roof. I don't know, it looks fine. But hey, it's a cool little red themed house that still looks fairly good in a foresty setting. Because obviously Calamitous' favorite biome is the forest because lore reasons, I think. But yeah, this is cool. I like it. Now, on to the last thing. Well, last things I should say. Being these two biggins right here. I do want to show these off because they are quite cool. Yeah. Which is my Yoron Arena and Escal Arena. Now, my Yoron Arena is fully lit with orange torches, I think. Wait. Yeah, with orange torches. This place is quite massive. Well, like all Yoron arenas usually are, but it's also special because whatever. Yeah, I tried to line the walls with some gold details. And yeah, I also use conveyor belts, but this is standard for how I build my Yoron arenas. I always have one block that I stand on and conveyor belts pushing you to the center of the block so that you always know how to align the dragon egg, or when you use the egg, so that it, always spawns the Infernados on the same locations. And so yeah, that's how this works, or how this looks, and how it is. The entire thing is filled in. I should also mention that I built this arena, or the background for this, with its mud brick and ash blocks, by the way. But I built this entire thing, this entire interior, before putting in the rails, and the rails I always put them in the same way, with one screen, like when I'm sitting on, I could show this here. When I'm sitting on a minecart, I can see the bottom of this, which is how I usually do it. Well, it's either that or either I can see the rail here or see this part. It's one of the two, and for this I have that spacing. So yeah, and then I should also add that the entire thing here was placed by hand. I filled in, despite having cheat sheet active and being able to just paste that, I filled this entire area in, or well, this entire area and these up here. I filled all this in by hand with walls. It took me about an hour and a half, but it sure was worth it because it felt like I was actually, you know, building something instead of whatever it is otherwise. But yeah, so that's my Yoron arena. Now, the Escal arena is a bit different. So right here, it's made out of occult bricks, or well, occult stuff, I should say. Yeah. That was, yeah, that did happen. I rewrote this because obviously it had the debuff death message, but on my like 5th attempt, I think, I died to debuff after I won, and it was tragic because I was just sitting there, my health draining, and Escal standing there talking, and I died from the debuff, which was very, very tragic. But yeah, right, so yeah, occult bricks and pearl stone bricks, that's what this is made out of. And I've actuated all of it so that I can, you know, shoot through it, because that was a big problem in the fight for me, in the Escal fight. Because since I was using halibut cannon and and using Godslayer slugs and chlorophyte bullets, these are used for brothers because I am bad at brothers, so I need the homing. As well as a mage player, I need the homing, and these didn't really perform that well because no piercing and all that. So Godslayer slugs was for main DPS on Escal and Brimstone Hearts and Seekers and all that, and then the others were used for brothers. Now there's a layer of echo platforms here because I accidentally counted wrong. So this bottom section, or this right here, or sorry, these walls and this ceiling are exactly so that the arena would go on these tiles so that they don't appear, right? So they don't block my shots. On the bottom here though, I miscounted and it was one too low. So I just took echo platforms. I can even just do this because it's painted. I just took a row of echo platforms and put them here so that I, 1, could stand on them, and 2, I could shoot through them and they don't visually obstruct the arena or ruin the design of it. And then yeah, I also have palladium platforms painted black that go across the bottom here just to, you know, have that little extra something to look like this is actually supported by something and stands in the world instead of just being a box that floats. So that's nice. Yeah. Now for the actual last thing. My weapon progression. Because this was quite I'm doing this real fast so that I don't get the freaking fireballs everywhere. But this was a very unique progression for me. Very unique indeed. I have a second halibut cannon here just for display, but these are the weapons that I used, and if they had, if I used 2 weapons, then they're like this. Yeah, and just to like explain it, I don't have to, but I want to. Alright, so this box was, I just threw it together real fast. It's nothing fancy, just built this quickly. It's not something that I would consider a build per se. It's just I needed some sort of building to have these weapons in, so here they are. But yeah, right. So I started the playthrough, to explain the playthrough and the routing that I took. I started off by grabbing the swordfish on the ocean, just fishing naturally so that I could actually hurt enemies. And then after that, I yeah, after getting the swordfish, I then proceeded to go to hell and go to the crags to fish up a dragoon drizzlefish, which was my first weapon, or my first weapon, and with it I absolutely melted King Slime, because he was taking damage from 3 different type of fire debuffs, and I was using Hellfire Treads, or, well, not Hellfire Treads, but the previous ones, Flamewalker boots, Flame Runner boots, I think they are. But I was using those, so he absolutely evaporated, which was very funny. And then I used the Dragoon Drizzlefish all the way from pre-boss to post-Skeletron, where I then grabbed myself an Archerfish and progressed to hard mode. Progressed to hard mode. With the Archerfish, I then fished up a Gyraxian Mollusk in the Astral Infection. I forgot to reforge this, actually, until I got my next weapon, the Leviathan Teeth, but anyway. So with the Gyraxian Mollusk, the unreforged one, I took out Aquatic Scourge and then started taking out the mechanical bosses. However, I really struggled against Prime. So I skipped to take out Leviathan and Anahita because I'm really comfortable with that fight. So I just did that. I just did that fight, and then I got Leviathan Teeth and the Gastric Belcher. I use this as a support tool because extra damage is extra damage. So I did that. So I used that. And with these weapons, I immediately, being pre-Plantera, yeah, because before I took out... No, I took out Golem first. Yes, I did. I did take out Golem first. So I took out Golem, got myself Asgardian Aegis, Asgard's Valor, and then I took out Duke, because I wanted... Could you stop picking up items? So yeah, I took out Duke so that I got the Tsunami. I could have used other weapons from Duke, but the Tsunami was the thing I wanted because I'd have to spec into range. Sorry, jeez, what's wrong with me today? But yeah, I need to spec into Ranger anyway, so Tsunami was the weapon of choice. And then I used Tsunami to beat Moonman, which is not hard in Calamity. So I did that, got myself the SDMG, took out Poltergeist immediately, and then, with it took out Poltergeist, and then grabbed myself the Squid Staff, Calamari's Lament, and then used those two to sweep through the entirety of pre-Old Duke. And then I took out Old Duke, got those 3 things that you see there. I barely used Carrion. Cadaverous Carrion. I barely used this sentry, but I did have it just in case, so it goes on there. And then I grabbed Fetid Emesis and the Old Duke, or Mutated Truffle. I used these 2. These are my dog weapon. Took out Dog, got myself the SDFMG, and took out Yaron. Yeah, I took out Yaron with it, and then after taking out Yaron, I took out Adult Eidolon Worm, and then I got Halberd Cannon, and that was the entire progression. That's the entire thing. And then with Halberd Cannon, I took out Calamitas, Boss Rush, and all that. So yeah, that was my world tour. That was all I wanted to show off. It was a really fun playthrough. Whoops, hit the wrong buttons. It was a really fun playthrough, and the state of the world is something at the end. But yeah, no, I obviously you didn't get to see me play the game, but I did kind of say it. In some, I did go through and say how things were or went in some of my series there. Jeez, why? Why am I... Why am I yawning all the time? What is this? What am I, a competitive Pokemon? Jeez. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this world tour. Really different from what I normally do, and sorry for it being 50 minutes. Well, I've been recording for 50 minutes, soon to be 51 minutes. But yeah, no, I hope you liked this world tour. Hopefully you don't roast my builds too hard in the comments. I really don't care if you roast them or not. It's fine. I most definitely deserve it. Cause I ain't no builder. But yeah, so I hope you liked this little world tour. I wouldn't say if you like this type of content, please consider liking and subscribing, because that doesn't belong here. This is an exception. So it's not this type of content. If you like longer form, more unedited content, or VOD style content, I should say, then please consider, well, subscribing, maybe, and liking the videos. All of them. Yes, of course. But yeah, I hope you have a good day, and maybe to see you again in some other video, or if you're interested in Terra Roguelike, then I do play that, like, too much, I guess. But yeah, I hope you have a good one, and goodbye.